Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new video interview for Jogonet Gaming News. Today, we're joined by Derek Stevens, CEO of Circa Sports. It's quite an exciting time to catch up with Derek, as the sportsbook operator announced last week that its pro football contests are returning with their largest payout ever. First of all, Derek, thank you so much for joining us today.
Great to see you again. Good to see you.
So we have the two pro football contests, Circa Million and Circa Survivor, returning with a payout of 14 million, quite an staggering proposition. What can you tell us about Circa going big for these new editions? Because it's quite an impressive amount.
Yeah, last year we guaranteed 12 million US dollars, and it brought a lot of people to our properties. And this year we felt that there was so much momentum with the Circa Survivor that we felt that we should push it a little bit more. So what we ended up doing is we increased the payout for the Circa Survivor. Last year that was 6 million up to 8 million. We kept the Circa Millions at 6 million. So that's how we get to the 14 million. So both of the contests will be the largest football contests in the history of football contests. And we're just excited about with continuous improvement with growing it. And I'm getting more and more excited about how the contests are getting a bit more publicity nationally, and then internationally, from Canada and from Mexico and from Europe. We had a winner from Dubai a year ago. So it's great to see a bit more of an international coverage for the football contest as well.
Right. Well, and Circa has been doing this contest for some time now, and they are now breaking a record. So taking all this into account, would you say that they are a defining aspect of the Circa as a brand?
Well, I would say that football contests have become a very, very important thing for us. I still remember it was only 5 years ago that we started with a football contest, and our first year of doing it, and we felt that we needed to put a guarantee out there because we were a new company, we were an upstart, and no one had heard of us. So what we did, when you think about it, the first year we guaranteed $1.5 million. And that was a little bit crazy to do that at that time. But I think it was important that we guaranteed a payout, because that gave some credibility. And then, when you add that into with Circa, with the world's largest sports book and things like that, it allowed us, a good foundation to grow this. And now the football contest will be a very important part of our business, because now in the month of June and July and August, it gives a very specific reason for the contest entrants to come to Las Vegas and to visit one of our properties, whether it's the Golden Gate or the D or Circa. And I think now what we're seeing is that there's many people that are really turning this into a really good holiday as part of the sign-up process.
Right. I was, in fact, about to ask you about that. The sign-up process has already begun at Circa's Nevada locations, from what I understand. And what are your first impressions in this first week since announcing the contest? And do you expect the record payout to drive further participation levels than in the past year?
We definitely are planning on some bigger payouts, because we guaranteed an extra couple $1 million, so we're certainly expecting it to grow. It's pretty exciting to be a part of it, and I think with the interest level that we felt last year during the contest, we felt that there was some growing interest from media, from participants, from just a broad range of people. So we expect that it'll grow considerably. And really what we're hoping for is that both contests go over the guarantees. What's unique about the Circa football contests, both the Circa Million and the Circa Survivor, any entrance fees that go over the minimum, 100% goes back into the prize pool. Circa doesn't take any rake or any commission out of the prize pool. 100% goes back to the participants. Really, our whole thing is that we want people to come out and visit our properties. That's our whole reason for doing this. So we really hope that both contests go over the guarantees, because we like to just grow the numbers as best we can.
Of course, since the first edition to this one, a few years have passed, and Circa has definitely made a name for itself in the sports betting space. But we have the contest, the largest sports book in the world. Circa definitely goes big with its plans. And what I would like to know is, what space would you say Circa occupies now? What sets apart the brand from in the market where it operates?
Well, I think every sportsbook brand has a little bit of a different specialty, and I think that what's unique about Circa is that we take larger bets. We don't limit professional bettors, or we don't limit bettors that win. We work with them and we learn from their information, and I think that what that's done is it really allowed us to take a continued growing role in the leadership of the market when it comes to the number that's out there. I think there's a lot of people that now, when they take a look at a point spread, or they look at the odds of a game or something along those lines, they want to know where the circuit number is, just to know where they stand.
And of course, Circa has a large presence in Nevada, but it has also spread to other states. And now an Illinois launch plan is in target for August, which would be just in time for the football season. Uh, what are your expectations for this state, taking into account the launch date is nearing? And what will the physical book be like once it's open?
Well, in Illinois, we're going to be opening up in a casino in Waukegan, Illinois. Waukegan is a suburb of Chicago, Illinois, so northern Illinois. They have opened up a casino, a very large temporary casino. That'll be a temporary casino for about 3 years, and we've already built the sports book out in this casino, and we'll be ready to open. We'll be ready to open as soon as the licensing comes through. In the permanent casino, that construction build begins end of the year, and we'll have the component of the design of the long term permanent sports book inside the permanent casino. So for us right now, we're in the process of hiring people that will work in the Illinois jurisdiction. We have a number of them that are here now in Las Vegas that are going through training, and then we'll be prepared to launch as soon as possible. We hope to launch in August. It could be a little bit later, but we hope to launch as soon as we can.
Right. Of course, launch by the time of the NFL season would be great. I assume that would be perhaps the ideal target. Do you think that would drive further attention to the sportsbook?
Oh, certainly. I mean, obviously, in in the states, the when football season starts, that's when people really like to get going. So certainly, the timing would be very beneficial if we're able to open up at the end of August.
Speaking of the sports betting industry at large, now actually the fifth anniversary of the repeal of the federal ban on sports betting was just a few weeks ago. Now, 5 years later, we have seen the sports betting industry grow so much. And what I would like to know is, taking into account your expertise, in this industry is sports betting moving forward the way you expected? Just what's the state of sports betting for you?
Yeah, I think that really what we're seeing is the continued evolution of now, every state is coming in with some similar regulations, but each state also has its own nuances they're a bit different. I think the way things are playing out, we're starting to get to the next generation from a jurisdictional perspective, where you've got certain states such as Tennessee, such as Montana, that are now getting to their second generation of a regulatory environment. So I think things are playing out really, I think the way a lot of people thought. But obviously, when you have such a new industry, there's always going to be some elements that are unintended, and I think we've seen a little bit about that. I'm maybe a little bit surprised at the volume of advertising that takes place in some of the newer jurisdictions, some of the amount of free bets. It just comes down to how different companies value different models. And I'd say that maybe that's maybe a little bit of a surprise compared to maybe what I thought 3 years ago. But overall, I'd say things have kind of rolled out, I think, pretty smoothly when you look at how volatile things could have gone.
Well, you were mentioning that companies have different models. Circa definitely has its own, and it has its strong points. And would you say there are some markets and, well, states in a specific that could present an opportunity for expansion going forward? Any specific state that could be in Circa's radar?
Well, right now our focus is all on Illinois and opening up in Illinois. Obviously, one of the biggest states in the United States. So all of our effort is on opening in Illinois. But certainly we've got our eyes open, and we've had a number of conversations with different operators in different states as well. And our goal has really never changed. We'd like to grow in a number of other states. It just has to be in a state where the regulatory environment matches up with our business model, which means a state where it would be a lower tax type of situation, because we run a lower hold model. We run a model where there's more benefit to the consumer, to the customer, maybe, than others. So that's a type of model that wouldn't work for example, in the state of Tennessee or New York, but would certainly work in states like Illinois and Kentucky and others.
And lastly, another big news for sports bettors, in particular to those that are very into this industry, is that Circa Resort and Casino will open the Sports Gambling Hall of Fame in August within the property's massive sportsbook. What led to the creation of this space, and what can you tell us about this new feature?
Yeah, we're very excited. In August, we're going to open the Sports Betting Hall of Fame. We worked with an industry a legend. Many people know him, Spanky, and Spanky helped worked with us creating this idea. We had space behind the sports book in our sports book, and we were able to carve out some space, and we've gone through design, and then we've had a group that's put together the Sports Betting Hall of Fame committee, and they elected an initial class, and we're excited to have this as something great to visit when you come to Circa, when you come into our sports book. I'm sure everyone's going to want to go in and take a look at some of the plaques and read a little bit of the history of some of the legendary people that were in this industry that really paved the way for sports betting, today.
Well, thank you so much, Derek, for your time, and we are looking forward to all these projects, the Hall of Fame, the Illinois expansion, and the contents, definitely.
Well, very good. Well, I look forward to seeing you in Vegas, and then when you come to Vegas, we'll make sure we have a day at Stadium Swim and all that. So look forward to that. Thank you.